What's poppin', Slick Block? It's your boy, D-Wize Gamer. Today we're going to be playing some more Divinity Original Sins Enhanced Edition on Xbox One. Last time we were playing, we talked to the mayor, went to the library, met the mayor's daughter. She was hot as fuck. She was also an orc. Don't ask me how that happened. Alright. Got our second party member? And today, we're gonna go do that one quest I put off until we had party members. This is the, Charmed Orc quest. Yes.
The knight in see-through armor, Princess Buttercup with the blushing bottom, Stentaken. Esmeralda does have a propensity for
I can make your
beauty, hasn't she?
I can make your bottom blush. Give me a second. Give me 30 minutes in this room with no one else, guarantee it. Alright, let me read this real quick. He who's mounted quality of a proper sword has quite declined. Recent did face some blame, a change in climate, others a change in type and origin of iron reserves. I myself craft my own supplies from an iron bar and an anvil to ensure the maximum character of the weapon. Superior sword. Oh, now what's that right there?
The knight in see-through armor, Princess Buttercup with the blushing bottom, Stentaken. Esmeralda does have a propensity for all things naughty, hasn't she? Dinor. Brief history of sorcery still hasn't been returned. Valeron will have to pay yet another fine. Dinor. Brief history of sorcery still hasn't been returned. Valeron will have to pay yet another fine.
So yeah, it seems the orcs are indeed after.
A volume of poetry on Urak. Mayhem.
Seems the orcs are indeed after a treasure.
Quiet day on the market, it seems.
And
I'm true. Harry's by the dozens. Pay the big cheese on your book for the wheel of the good stuff. No better solution to the zombie problem than a set of silver arrows. Aaron has as many friends as the man with many cheeses.
Potions to bemuscle you, scrolls to entussle you.
No better solution
does make sense, lady.
than a set of silver arrows.
Alright.
Let's see.
Let's go on and talk to that female orc
Tomatoes.
and her human lover. You couldn't see the quotation marks I made, but just imagine them hanging in the air. Drenching off of each word that I say.
It never ends around here. There's a zombie in my garden, my sheep is missing, an orc ate my baby. Night and day, day and night.
Need a break.
I wouldn't venture too far out of town if I were you. Many legionnaires did so before you. Very few have returned.
I'm stronger than your legionnaires.
Honored to meet you. Wish I was a source hunter. Dangerous line of work, but it's a damn sight more glorious than being a legionnaire.
That's where you're wrong. You just gotta be more daring. Break the mold. Charge up on your own and slaughter your way through orcs and undead to earn your place and rank. Then you too will be as infamous and famous as we source hunters.
This place reeks of orc stench.
Well, a source hunter. A very hearty welcome to our humble warehouse. Have a look around. And don't mind if I pick your brain about the scoop around Undervale. I'm behind on my current affairs.
Tell me about
Tell
yourself.
ya, this gig sure beats getting my toes bitten off by zombies out in the field. We warehouse guards don't have to do much apart from stroll the block a few times an hour.
This place reeks of orc
And
stench.
of course, every now and again, some friendly folks, like yourself, will wander through here. And nothing beats a pleasant conversation, though my comrade Horatius has quite different opinions on that matter.
No, what's his opinion?
Have you talked to him? Thinks every man, woman, and child who steps foot in this place wants to rob it blind. If I so much as greet a townsperson with a hello instead of a state your purpose, he starts frothing on and on about godly duty and security breaches.
No, he's not wrong. I totally want to rob you. What do you know of the current affairs?
Jake business is quite the scandal, no? I myself suspect his wife Esmeralda, and the butcher seconds that, let me tell you. Then again, and you didn't hear this from me, he's going through quite the nasty divorce himself, and there's his children to consider.
This place reeks of orc
The
stench.
butcher.
Imagine his youngest, Kimberly, won't mind, never did get well with her mother ever since the incident.
What incident?
It's an unparalleled pleasure having a fresh ear around here.
I'll take my leave.
Darling.
What fool would trust a two-bit love potion out of a back-page circular from youthful gore? Hello again. As you can see, I'm still trying to convince this fool that a doped-up orc is not a pet. But he simply won't listen.
It's probably because he met Victoria. Granted, I don't know why he just doesn't try to get with Victoria. Tell me about yourself.
For the great orc raid, we had time to indulge Ninius's idiotic obsessions. But now we're needed at our posts. I can hardly believe I've been wasting time protecting an orc when I should be running them through.
I feel you.
Excuse my friend's violent outbursts. He hasn't enjoyed a woman's touch in quite some time now. It makes him a bit edgy.
In Jew, sir, have you already fucked this here orc? If not, I would say it's been quite a time since you yourself have felt a woman's touch.
Your woman's touch is less of a loving caress and more of a claw shanked brutally through the throat. I'll take my chances as a bachelor, thanks.
Now what's this about a charmed orc I hear?
My friend here and I were patrolling outside the city walls, when who did I see creeping along the shore but this lovely orcish lady? For a brief second, as long as eternity, we locked eyes. Perhaps confused by the butterflies in her stomach, she sprang up and began running, claws bared towards Marius. Fortunately for him, I had the presence of mind to ignore my sword and instead adroitly fling my pouch of trinkets towards her. A vial of love potion shattered over her head, and when she turned to face me, she became instantly enamored. I'm sure she must have been compelled to join the Orcish army under some kind of duress. A lady with such a sweetly savage manner would never willingly join up with those vicious marauders.
Yeah, that's what everyone says when they date a female gangbanger. But then they find out that they were wrong. Unless they were man enough to actually be able to hang with the shits. Are you man enough to stick with the shits, boy?
I can assure you there wasn't a hint of sweetness in those murderous eyes when she lunged at my throat. She may be confined here for now, but who's telling when she'll escape and who she'll rip to shreds?
Most likely you do. A love potion, tell me more.
I've always had an amateur interest in all things alchemical. When I read in an esteemed periodical from the Wizards of Youthful Gore about an amazing opportunity that could change my life, I had to act fast or lose the once-in-a-lifetime deal.
Sounds like a rip-off to me.
I sent away for the world-famous love potion, available for a limited time only, and it has worked exactly as promised.
You see what a fool my friend has been, spending all his cash on snake oil and bringing a temporarily tranquilized monster into our midst to boot.
What kind of monster would lie in a published advertisement? I'm sure the effects of the potion will be everlasting, as printed.
Let me tell you what I think.
He'd believe it was noon at midnight if he read it on a printed pamphlet. Please tell me you can reason with him, or ditch reason and use your sword to shave him from his murderous darling.
Yeah, she's got to be put down. This love potion is as dodgy as it sounds. She could come to her vicious senses at any time.
This place reeks of...
Let her live. If the potion were truly worthless, it wouldn't have been able to charm her in the first place. In this docile state, she may prove to be a source of valuable information.
You're right. The information she provides could well turn the tides here in Sicil.
See? D-Rose agrees with me.
Bravo! I trust not only the potion, but my scaly sweetheart in and of herself.
Why are they called orcs or they're lizards? That's the only part I don't understand. Actually, orcs come in all shapes and sizes. Pigmen, brutish elves. This is the first time I've seen orcs come as lizards. I love it.
You're going to regret this. We're all going to regret this.
No one had anything to say.
Damon Daemonium. I'll find you yet.
Indeed.
More prey awaits.
An orc in love.
You say you will take me under your wing. But I see no feathers. Are you a child of the birds, as I am of the bears?
And gloom. Cast your gaze instead upon
So the bears. What does that mean exactly?
So the lonely babe was fed upon the wild mother's milk, and cast aside from humankind, he thrived among his mother's ilk. So says the saga of Threes. Do you know it?
This place reeks
No.
of orc stench.
The wise godwolf Amira raised the child Threes among her litter. So you see, I have good company. Threes the wolfson, and I the bear daughter.
Yeah, but what's your actual name, Bear Dodger? You know, there's Dries, the wolf's son, but then it's just you, the Bear Dodger.
In truth, this is a relief. Your world is made with rules I have not yet memorized. I am happy to have a friend in such a place.
Bringing your little orcish girlfriend.
I'd ask you a few questions.
Ask freely, my friend.
Nonsense.
So you were raised by bears in the wild.
What fool would
Your
trust
city
it?
is far more wild than Home Forest. In Home Forest, the rules are clear. In Home Forest, your strength and speed determine your fate.
You bet indeed. Not even a skeptic like you can
Here,
deny this.
a tiny screech woman, no swifter than a mudworm, might confine you into a tiny cage, and one must wait for a kind stranger to grant freedom.
Doom and
How did you come to learn to speak?
Cast your gaze instead upon my...
How did you learn to speak, girl? Tell me.
Jarrett, wise Jarrett, taught me the bird songs of our people. If not for him, I would never have learned more than the beasts could teach me.
Who is Jared?
A beast's life is to survive. A human's is to know. I am both beast and human, and so I must do both.
She wouldn't hurt a fly. And
You know quite a bit of history. The daughter of Bear? How is this possible? More about Jack.
I have learned all the bird song that Jarrett could teach. I remembered every word. These tales have brought me much pleasure.
Orcish girlfriend here
The remembering
is
of the beasts is without lies. We know not to approach the wasp's nest because long ago one bear mother discovered its dangers. This she taught to her cubs, and those cubs taught the next.
Lethal gore.
We do not remember Rito and the battle of the buzzing brutes. We remember only what is useful to us now. Rito will be forgotten. The beauty of the story will be forgotten. But the lesson will not. It is different between beasts and humans. I am lucky to enjoy both ways.
An orc
Yes.
in love.
Tell me about
He
Jared.
came to me when I was small. A fierce, wild one, yet unaware of the difference between the other cubs and herself.
and gloom. Cast your gaze
Besides, no claws.
upon my fair, fanged filly.
Not covered in fur.
He called to me in a soft song. At first I thought him a great bird. We each reached out to the other. We found each other. Jarrett visited me often, and in time I learned his songs and more. When he built a small cabin within Home Forest, I hunted his food and fetched his water by day while he studied his books and his magics. By night, by the fire, he'd tell me tales of the world of people.
Bringing your little orcish
Jarrett
girl.
is my master and my friend, my teacher and myself. He teaches me and I care for him.
Darling.
Wait, he's
What
you?
fool would trust a two-bit love potion out of a back-page circular from Lethal Gore?
Why have you come to
This
Sicile?
was a place of many people, so here I came. I have seen more faces here in a day than I had seen in all the days of my life together.
Yeah.
But I have not found the face I seek. Jarrett is missing. It is my duty to find him.
Deny that she loves me.
An orc
Oh.
in love.
Have you any clues where Jareth might be?
That mystery is thick and ugly as a swarm of hornets. It started with a great disturbance in Home Forest. A terrible disease came in the night and turned the birds and beasts soft and foul as carrion while they still lived.
Yes.
I watched countless of my loved ones die, rotted from the inside. When I ran to Jarrett to tell him what I had seen, his reaction was strange. He had no answer. The next morning, Jarrett did not emerge from his room. I left him be, but after 3 days I grew anxious. I broke down the door, and inside his chamber was nothing. His equipment, his books, all but some scraps of parchment were gone.
It seems he was hiding from something, maybe some necromancers or sorcerers.
Avert your gaze, and I'll handle
And he
this.
was hiding in the forest, or the woods,
Her a fly, and I won't let you hurt a horn on her head.
trying to avoid their eye. But they thought, or they caught winds, or
Bringing your little orcish girlfriend here.
heard sightings of them, and thus they came laying waste to the forest,
Nonsense. Listen.
or vice versa.
What fool would
He was doing some experiments in the forest,
of a back-page circular from Youthful?
and thus when his experiments failed, resulting in the death of some of your loved ones, he was so ashamed he just packed up and left.
A skeptic like you can deny that she loves me.
He was kidnapped, and all his research was taken with him. The only clue I found was a letter among the scraps. I could not make out all the words, but I recognized the threat. Death, coming for you. And the signature? Attenborough.
Attenborough.
I do not know the one called,
I'll take my leave.
but I know that if I am to find Jarrett, I must start there. Whoever this Attenborough may be, I believe he or she may know where Jarrett has been taken.
Threat for all our
Understood.
sakes.
Deuces.
She wouldn't hurt a fly, and I won't let you hurt a horn on her head. No!
Bringing your little...
Yeah. Hopefully everything turns out nice for them. I want to believe in
Thieves, why would we be guarded?
human and orcs' abilities to put past their differences.
If it's riches you're seeking,
You're right. Look into the treasury. You have a friend in me.
I've got the foulest of the lot on my legs.
Now I gotta find this here bar. Let's talk to these sheep.
I've spotted something interesting.
I give milk, I give wool, and what do I get in return? One way or another, they always try to fleece me. Especially that Evelyn. She's out to get me. I know it. Meh.
I wonder what makes you say that, little sheep.
Don't disturb Master Theliron now. He's been so busy with his research, the poor dear hasn't had a proper night's sleep in months.
Stand still. I'm going. Wait, do I have a bucket? I should have a bucket. I don't have a bucket. Oh. Got a wood pile. I guess I do gotta go buy that bucket from that lady.
Watch the undead quiver in their mouldy boots.
Sorry, but I haven't the time for chatter. These days, a moment's inattention is all a thief needs to snatch my livelihood out from under me.
I'm gonna sell some shit.
Let's see.
All the shit.
Halibut, sheep's cheese, tomatoes.
Yes.
on your block with a wheel of the good stuff. Watch the undead quiver in their mouldy boots.
I guess only I had gold and shit to sell.
Big cheese on your block with a wheel of the good stuff.
Join the fun club if you got an eye for
Shame.
farm
I'll take my leave. I'm gonna go milk this cow with this bucket.
Moo! Don't disturb Master Theliron now. He's been so busy with his research, the poor dear hasn't had a proper night's sleep in months.
I can believe it. So I'm still going to milk you. I get a bowl of milk. Yes. Don't know what I do with it though. That reminds me, character. Okay. But there are multiple types of wine. So. Can't identify it. What's this right here? Quick save.
The earth here seems to have been freshly fertilized and aerated. Obviously, someone has taken great care to maintain this gravesite. Are you sure you want to disturb it?
And a disgrace to whomever is maintaining this gravesite, too.
You step away from the grave.
Well, if I remember correctly, I don't remember anything correctly, never mind. Don't mind me. You know what I'm talking about. You don't know what I'm talking about either. Oh, there's a key. There's a key. Tell me what you know, sheep.
If you think black sheep are weird, try were sheep.
You're a were sheep? Bruh. Bruh. Constance after Bear Daughter. Bear Daughter. Oh, Well, actually, I guess I could be the crafter and she'll be the lockpick. Yeah, alright, that makes a lot more sense. So, send this to 0. Send this. No, what? What? Send this to Jahan. Send this to Jahan. And I'll just sell that or something. Send that to D-Rose. Yeah, I guess I'll keep that. Alright, fireball spell. Send this to Jahan. All the water and lightning spells, I'm just going to send to Jahan. Or maybe Bear Doctor can be our crafter. Yeah, that makes sense. So send it all to Bear Daughter. All of it. All the crafting shit. Crafting, cooking, Bear Daughter. She was in the wild. She should know how to cook and make her clothes. Send the Bear Daughter. Send the Bear Daughter. When it comes to alchemy, though, I feel like that should be John. So, when food and cooking, Bear Daughter. Crafting, Bear Daughter. Potions and shit, John. Yep. Bear Daughter? Bear Daughter. John. Type. Type. Send to John. Okay. Anything else? Branch. Bear Daughter. Hero. Okay, well. That didn't work out. I was hoping it would. Okay, I don't know what else to do. Let's see if we can find out where this key goes. Yes. Alright. What's on the bed? Sleep. Oh, a trap door. Huh. That's probably not going to come in handy for anything. Let's put that back. Now we have a little place we can go sleep at to rest up. Alright, let's go investigate the crime scene a little bit.
Let us see if you can choose the finest greens.
Quiet day on the market, it seems.
Ah, hello, proportionate one. Oh, I can see from the symmetry in your face that you're a great fan of the fine arts, no?
Tell me about yourself.
Painter by trade, as you can see, but a cartographer at heart. You might think there isn't enough work for one of my talents in a downtrodden city like Sicil, and you'd be quite right. I travel around Andervale, mastering my craft and finding new subjects to add to my litany of lovely portraits and complex maps. Like this rooster I'm working on now, and the landscape that surrounds him.
Any takers? Come on, you chickens!
Don't talk to me. You're making me lose focus.
What are you doing here, rooster?
You see, I'm busy modeling. Obviously, someone's plumage isn't magnificent enough to inspire genius. Wing of worms.
I thought you were wrong.
Naysayers in the past. See what I've become. Hundreds of years from now, people will wonder, who is that cook? It must have been a grand cook, so inspired.
In a few years, people will wonder, who is that cock? It must have been a grand cock. So inspired. Rooster, rooster. I feel you, man. I feel you. Sometimes I look at my own pictures and portraits and I go, few years.
Oh, lovely to see you again, haver of the beautifully shaped shoulders.
Painting of a man. Never seen that.
Let's see. Halibut, sheep's cheese.
Oh shit. Let's have some wheat. Oh, and some empty potion bottles.
Let us see if you can choose the finest
Inventory.
greens.
Where that wheat at? There it is.
I'm straight. I'm true. Harry's by the dozens. Let us see if you can choose the finest greens.
Lonesome, spiritless, perhaps wrestling an earth elemental will inject some vim into your routine.
Let us see if
Let's
you
roll
can
that
choose the finest greens.
Ah, gracious patron, I see your tired eyes looking a bit teary. I've just the potion for that. Or would you prefer a toasty fire spell to dry those vapors?
You don't have no fire spells. I just looked. All you have is water and lightning. And it's a shame too. Because I don't think I need any more lightning spells right. Let me check. No. No, I'm good. Although, let me rearrange these.
Watch the undead quiver in
Here
them
it goes.
boats.
Skills.
Potions to
Shocking touch.
scrolls to entussle you.
Pay the big change
Good spoke.
with a whale of the good stuff.
Skills. Teleportation. Ooh, skills.
Halibut, sheep's cheese, tomatoes.
Skills.
Fresh haddock. Nothing for fire.
Regeneration. Skill.
Red and orange, yellow and green, the finest veggies size seals ever seen.
This,
Clear.
halibut, sheep's cheese, tomatoes.
Pay the big change on your block with a whale of the...
You there! A moment of your indulgence, if you please. You are the source hunter, are you not? The hero the whole of Sightseal is abuzz about. The talk of the town. The juiciest grape on the grapevine. Such a pleasure to meet you. A delight.
Continue.
No, scratch that. It is so much more than a delight. It is an intervention of fate. Yes, that's it. Fate has put me on this very spot so I may tell you all about a most intriguing opportunity indeed.
And you are?
Mendius, at your service. What is my profession? Well, I'll tell you what it used to be, and that is a man of medicine. But what does a man of medicine do but mend what has first been broken? I saved lives, to be sure, but today I change them.
About the opportunity you
It's
mentioned.
not merely an opportunity. It is a once-in-a-lifetime chance to become better. To become the full extent of the promise that is locked inside of each and every one of us. So first of all, let me ask you this question. Do you like adventure?
Yes. Of course I do. How could someone in my profession not?
Quite right. Adventure is what we live for.
Exactly. You heard her. That's what we live for.
You and I share the same passion. I never doubted it for a moment. The thrill of walking the unbeaten path. The rush of finding yourself in a goblin ambush, knowing you'll prevail nonetheless. Too bad your line of work comes with such measly recompense. Am I right? The wage of a mere soldier. Now, between you and me, tell me truthfully, don't you sometimes wish you could earn more?
Well, I can't say that I haven't. Riches do not interest me much, actually. I can't say that I haven't, or they don't interest me much. I mean, be honest with you, getting paid for doing shit doesn't interest me much. I mean, you know, I'm most likely to steal most of my earnings and profit than I am to get paid for doing some shit. So I guess in that concern, it doesn't actually interest me.
Nor me. Wealth is but vanity.
Oh, but I know you're just being bashful. I bet that in your heart of hearts, your eyes water with joy when you discover yet another treasure during your travels. Even so, my friend, matters of a pecuniary nature aside,
What is life without variety? Without spice? To be a source hunter must get frightfully dreary sometimes. Am I right? All those orders.
Not really, man. You fight vampires, liches, werewolves, were-sheep, apparently.
For it. Wouldn't you prefer to...
Flaming abominations,
be your
demons,
boss?
ancient golems, and now we're adding orcs to that list. It's a very eventful life we lead.
Better to be served than to serve. I concur.
It's better to lead than to be a follower.
Well spoken. Well said indeed. Life's too short to spend it doing someone else's bidding, am I right? Of course I am. And I could help you attain the dream. Enact the change you deserve. And that is exactly why I am here. Why fate has put me right by the door to the King Crab, so that I could meet you and tell you about the marvel that is the Fabulous Five. The invitation to join is yours.
Fabulous Five, you said.
Grab it.
About this Tom fellow.
Tom? Doesn't ring a bell. Oh, hold on. Yes, of course, Tom. One of our most recent additions to the Fellowship. Brave kid, smart as a tack. He'll prove to be a wonderful addition to the family yet.
I'll take my leave. We'll talk to you when we're a higher level. After a very long and dreary. Where's that cat at? I know I saw. Oh, there he is.
Your head's growing.
Never saw you in the king crab before. You're welcome to scratch me behind the ears if you like. I won't scratch back.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, that's a shame. I was hoping to get a nice big back scratching.
You think you can slip that way to a...
Who the fuck are you? Nah, I already know who you are. I'll take my leave. So I'm gonna end it here, Slick Block. I'm gonna save.
Whatever happened to that troop?
Oh, that's one.
Sent to the northern cave.
The investigation starting the investigation.
You'll be concerned enough when you realize
Starting the investigation.
money won't be lining your pockets.
Tell me, Alistair, have you ever had the fortune of challenging
So you're just hanging around again, are you? Waiting for what, exactly?
Oh, thank you, D.W.G.
So if you enjoyed this episode, leave a like and comment. Tell me what part of the episode you enjoyed. If you didn't enjoy this episode, leave a like and comment anyway. Telling me what you think I can improve so you can enjoy your future viewing experience. And she's wearing the same armor as us. This is D.W.G Gamer with Slick Block Mafia. Subscribe to join Slick Block and deuces SDM. D.W.G is out. Peace.